This episode of Custom Fiberglassing is brought to you by ByJollyColostrum Publishing. Stories that stay with you.
In the world of composites, the first thing applied is often the only thing you ever see, a smooth, glossy surface that protects everything beneath it. But that finish isn't paint. It's something far more integral, far more precise. It's called Gelcoat, the silent skin of the composite world. Gelcoat is what gives boats their shine, bathtubs their polish, and countless fiberglass parts their strength and endurance. It's not just for looks. It's a barrier, a shield against water, sunlight, and time itself. In this video, we'll look at what Gelcoat really is, how it bonds physically with the laminate beneath it, and why it plays such a critical role in composite manufacturing. We'll explore the types of Gelcoat, their specific uses, and how to apply them properly to achieve professional, long-lasting results. So, whether you're building a boat, spraying a mold, or just curious about how that perfect finish is achieved, let's dive into the world of Gelcoat.
This book launch. Prepare for the story that will stay with you long after the last page. From the unusual shelves of ByJollyColostrum Publishing comes Curse of the Unborn, a taut, atmospheric folk horror set on a remote Philippine island beachfront property, where a buried wrong that has been hidden for generations must finally be brought to light. 5 friends travel to spend time on a newly bought piece of land. Kale and Maya, Rafe and Sarah, and Jessa. They find a lone, ancient tree wrapped in cords, a derelict hut, and a silence that feels like a warning. A local shaman, Bayani, answers their questions with half-told memory and a story of Talabasao, a shaman whose dark magic and violence left a wound generations deep. At first it's small things, a strange hush, a flicker of light, unsettling dreams. Then the island turns. Visions, possessions, and brutal attacks escalate until nothing is safe. The cords smolder. Rafe is nearly killed. Jessa is taken over. Sarah is lost. Bayani performs a ritual, but is sacrificed trying to reach what lies beneath. A tiny bundle whose uncovering forces the living to finish what the past began. The final stand is raw and terrible. A desperate dig, a violent confrontation with Talabasao, and a choice between vengeance and mercy. When the past is finally free, new birth begins, and those who survive are left with grief, a hard-won peace, and a visitation that changes what remains of their lives. Curse of the Unborn is an intimate, character-driven supernatural experience about grief, ritual, duty, and what people will do when confronted. Available now from ByJollyColostrum Publishing at most bookstores. Click the link in the description to buy your copy. If you want more stories and unusual content, subscribe to ByJollyColostrum. ByJollyColostrum Publishing, because being different is better.
When we talk about composite construction, one material plays a crucial role in both protection and presentation: Gelcoat. Gelcoats are not paints, and they don't behave like them. In fact, they're a specialized form of resin designed to create the outermost surface of a composite laminate, a physical part of the structure itself, not just a coating on top. There are a variety of Gelcoats available. They include colored, clear, and neutral that color can be added to. Gelcoats are formulated from isophthalic polyester resins, known for their strength, chemical resistance, and low styrene emissions. Additives called thixotropic agents increase their viscosity, allowing the Gelcoat to stay in place on vertical surfaces without sagging. Pigments and flow modifiers are blended in to control color, gloss, and curing behavior, creating a surface that's strong, smooth, and visually appealing. To understand how Gelcoat works, let's look at its role in the lamination process. Always consult the Gelcoat's material data sheet to make sure you understand every detail of the product you're using. Gelcoat is usually sprayed onto a mold surface, forming the exterior layer of the finished composite product. It's allowed to cure, typically for at least 2 hours, until it's fully hardened. If it's applied too thinly or hasn't cured long enough, the resin from the laminate can soften or distort it, leading to defects like tripe, where the gel coat wrinkles or loses its form. Once the gel coat is properly cured, the laminate is laid over it. When the fresh resin comes into contact with the surface, it softens the uppermost microns of the gel coat. You can often see the resin become milky as the white gel coat softens and mixes in. The two layers, the gel coat and the laminate, chemically bond together. They literally become one. This brings me to a very important fact. This is something I see done wrong far too often, even by people who call themselves professionals. And that's exactly why I want to set the record straight. I've been formally trained in composites, and I've been running my own fiberglass business since 1984. I've got both the professional background and the hands-on experience to give you the right information. If you ever need help with composites, whether it's consultation, R&D, or project advice, you can always reach me through my website, customfiberglassing.com. Now let's clear up one of the biggest and longest-running misconceptions in this industry. Gel coat is not paint, and it should never be used as paint. Yes, it can be sprayed over existing gel coat, and it will adhere, but not in the way it's designed to. I see too many people, including so-called professionals, treating gel coat like paint. They even make YouTube videos teaching people to use gel coat as paint. That's wrong. Gel coat is part of the laminate itself. It becomes one with the structure. Paint sits on the surface. If your goal is to refinish or recolor gel coat, then use a high-quality 2-pack polyurethane marine paint. It will give you a far better, more durable, and longer-lasting finish. Remember this, gel coat is not paint, and it should never be used as paint. That's why gel coat cannot be peeled off like paint. It is a physical part of the composite itself, not an outer film. Now, let's look at the key features that make gel coats so valuable. Gel coat is an extremely fine material in its chemical makeup. When applied to a mold, it captures and reproduces even the most delicate surface detail, right down to the finest hairline scratch. That's why every mold surface must be prepared to near perfection, because whatever is on the mold, the gel coat will faithfully copy. They're available in both spray and brush forms, though spraying is by far the most efficient and consistent method. The ideal applied thickness is about 0.5 millimeter, or around 500 microns, thick enough to provide protection, but not so thick that it risks cracking. To make sure your gel coat is the right thickness, you can buy and use a gel coat thickness gauge. Gel coats act as a barrier against moisture, chemicals, and ultraviolet radiation, preventing fiber print-through and extending the life of the laminate. Clear gel coats, which contain no pigment, provide even greater resistance to water penetration. When paired with a vinyl ester resin laminate, they can dramatically reduce the risk of osmosis, those small, blister-like defects that form under the surface in boats and tanks. Gel coats are also abrasion resistant, maintain a high-gloss finish, and come in a wide range of colors. For outdoor use, UV stabilizers are commonly added to protect against chalking or fading. As for application, spraying is preferred. Professional builders often use polycon guns or gel coat depositors, which atomize the resin evenly across the surface. A conventional spray gun can be used in smaller jobs, with a nozzle size around 70 to 80 thousandths, and air pressure between 40 and 50 psi. Always perform a test spray to check atomization before committing to the mold. Gel coat cures quickly. It's catalyzed at generally 2% MEKP per kilogram. This is a hot mix, and depending on the amount you are applying and the ambient temperature, it will start to gel extremely quickly. This could be as fast as 5 minutes for 1 kilo of catalyzed gel coat on a hot or humid day. Now let's move into sanitary applications, areas like baths, basins, and shower units. For these environments, isophthalic polyester gel coats are the standard. They're formulated to resist water, cleaning chemicals, and repeated hot water exposure. The result is a non-porous, high-gloss surface that's easy to clean and highly resistant to staining, yellowing, and bacterial growth. These sanitary-grade gel coats often contain UV stabilizers and antimicrobial agents, ensuring long-term appearance and hygiene. They also have excellent thermal stability, meaning they won't blister or soften under hot water. Combined with their high adhesion and flexibility, they resist cracking or delamination under stress, essential qualities in daily use fixtures. A step above even these are NPG gel coats, or neopentyl glycol modified isophthalic gel coats. NPG is not a separate resin type. It's an additive that strengthens the molecular backbone of the gel coat, giving it exceptional resistance to hydrolysis, UV degradation, and weathering. NPG gel coats are the premium option for marine, transportation, and sanitary applications, where long-term exposure to water, sunlight, or chemicals is unavoidable. They retain gloss longer, resist chalking, and provide a smooth, easily polished surface. These are the gel coats used on luxury yachts, aircraft panels, and high-end sanitary ware, where performance and appearance both matter. They're more expensive than general-purpose versions, but their durability and reduced maintenance make them more economical in the long run. Like all polyester materials, gel coat must be handled with care. Always work in a well-ventilated area. Wear gloves, goggles, and a respirator when spraying, and store unused gel coat in a cool, dry place, away from heat and sunlight. In summary, gel coat is much more than just a surface finish. It's the protective skin that defines both the strength and the appearance of composite structures. When correctly chosen and applied, it provides years of performance, beauty, and protection. Gel coat isn't paint. It's structure, chemistry, and craftsmanship, working together to create something that lasts. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you found it useful, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you more hands-on, experience-based content. And believe me, I've got a super yacht's worth of material still to come. Be sure to click the notification bell so you'll know when I've had time to upload the next piece of the puzzle. If you'd like to see more of what I'm working on, check out my custom trimaran 24-meter series. It's a full-scale super yacht build I'm documenting from start to launch. And if you ever need assistance with your own fiberglass projects or just want to get in touch, you can reach me through my websites. I'm a real person, and I'll reply as soon as I can. Happy composites.